What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Valley Tavern. This time, we're going to do a little bit of a deeper dive on the business and less about the history of the building. We're going to talk about the bar and what you get over there. We're going to talk about the dining room. We're also going to talk about the six packs to go, the kitchen, and the apartments upstairs. So let's go ahead and let's take a look at the bar. Here on the bar side, you can see we have a ginormous horseshoe bar here in front of us. This seats 22 people all the way around it. There's another 32 seats available in the current layout that we have in the room for a total of 54 seats. When this place gets packed out, they actually have more seats available that they can seat up to about 75 people in here at its max capacity. And then they actually have some extra standing bar tops over on the side to get even more people in here. There's tons of different games that you can play, skills machines so you can have your luck taken on a bet. They got touch tunes over on the side to keep the vibes chill. They also have tons of different spirit options as well as different beers on tap all the time, rotating their inventory. And this place gets huge amounts of positive feedback from some of the events that they have. Their trivia nights go absolutely wild, and the live music in here is something that you're definitely going to want to check out when you get the chance. Of course, no bar area can be complete without the stock of the good stuff. So let's go check out the walk-in. Look at how crazy the size of this walk-in is. I spent over a decade of my life in the restaurant industry, and I have never seen a beer fridge quite this excessive. They even have quick connections for all of their different kegs that they have to service all of the beer that they have on tap out there. I think one of the coolest parts about this walk-in is look at this rack over here. So this is their six-pack rack. So over on the other side, which we're going to see in just a minute, that's their six-pack to go section. And it is insane how organized this is and how much stock they can keep available for here for people coming in to swing by to pick up a six-pack to go on their way home from work. So let's go check out the six packs to go. Looking to get a six pack to go or want to grab yourself some Valley Tavern merch? Well, this is the spot where you can do it. This is actually on the back side of the building. There's a separate entrance over here for six packs to go. And if you actually take it down the hall, it's also a separate entrance to get into the bar area. And you can see behind me, there is a ton of different fridges with all kinds of different beer on stock to have your pick at whatever you want. That way, in case you don't want to spend the evening at the bar, maybe you're just a little too tired for that, but you still want to catch a little buzz before you head to bed, well, you can stop here, grab your six pack, and head on home. So now that we're done with the bar section, let's go check out the other side of the building because there's a whole restaurant yet. Let's check it out. I sure hope you're hungry. Grab a fork and a spoon and let's dig into the dining room. So the dining room seats 72 people in its current layout and has the capacity to add some extra seating if need be. It also has some great upgrades with some phenomenal flooring, some wood accents on the wall, and these super cool natural wood light fixtures that they have up above. I think it creates a phenomenal ambiance for the entire dining area. You're going to love the wait staff here. They're super pleasant. They're super sweet. They're very timely and incredibly responsive to anything that you need. And to top it all off, well, of course, no dining room is complete without having a stellar menu. And that's exactly what they have here. This menu is phenomenal. It has all sorts of seafood options, including things like scallops and my personal favorite, crab legs. Not only do they have that, you can get everything from a New York strip steak and, of course, your typical and tried and true bar and restaurant favorites like burgers and hot sandwiches. Their fries are incredible. And then we have the creme de la creme, the cherry on top. They have the world's best roasted chicken. And don't take it from me. Come and sit down, have some for yourself. They have Coke products on tap. And to top it all off, it has a lovely appeal and environment here that just makes you fall in love with the place. You can't have phenomenal food without a phenomenal place to cook it in. And we have an amazing kitchen here for you. They got steamers, they got grill tops, they got flat tops, they got deep fryers, they got broasters, they got hot tables, they have it all. And not only is this stuff here, but it's all relatively new. And that's one big thing that sets this place apart between all other restaurants out there is how new a lot of their equipment is. Most restaurants that you see, their equipment is 10, 15, 25 plus years old. Most of the equipment that you see in here, with maybe a few exceptions, is about 5 years or less in age. And that's a huge benefit coming in, because that's going to give you time walking in here to just make money without having to spend it on the equipment. One thing that truly sets this restaurant apart from all the other restaurants out there is the fact that they're a full service restaurant with a full blown menu. I'm talking seafood, steaks, and everything in between. And you can get that through a drive-through window. We're talking fast food service, drive-through window, with the fact that it's still a full service restaurant. I don't know about you, but there's so many days where I'm like, man, I could eat a good steak, I could have some awesome crab legs, but I don't feel like sitting down in a restaurant to go and get it. And I'll tell you what, I'm definitely not going to the grocery store and cooking this stuff up myself. Well, you got the perfect hybrid option here of picking it up to go and heading back to your home when you're just not feeling like a sit-down meal. Of course, every kitchen needs some storage. Well, we have tons of storage back here, and just look how organized this is. I love cleanliness and organization, and this place just absolutely kills it. Plus, of course, you got to keep the cold stuff cold and the frozen stuff frozen, right? So they have a separate walk-in fridge and walk-in freezer back here for the food. The one that we saw earlier was just for beer. That's the craziest part. Over here on the side, they also have a utility room that also has a small employee bathroom. So that way the employees don't have to go out and interrupt the guests, because the last thing that you want is to interrupt your guests while they're having an amazing meal. One big problem I know a lot of restaurants face is not having the appropriate storage that they need to be able to run and operate the business. Well, luckily that's solved for you here on this property, because there's a detached 2-bay huge garage here for you to have extra storage capacity for when you need it. The current owners use this for some catering things, as well as all of their different decorations for all of the holidays that they so enjoy sharing with all of their guests that come here to the restaurant and bar. And to top it all off, this is where you can keep all of the different equipment that you need to service any of the things that you have in the restaurant. So tools to use if one of your machines would go down, extra machines in case you want to keep something on stock that might go out on occasion. This is the place where you can ensure that you're going to have the extra space that's needed for you to be able to run the business efficiently. So we spoke about the bar, we spoke about the restaurant, we talked about the kitchen and the menu, the storage that's there, but we forgot a piece of the whole pie. There's this whole second floor above the restaurant, and a couple things are going on up here. So we actually have 2 full apartments. Each are a 2-bedroom apartment up here. On top of that, there's actually a full office here on the right-hand side on the second floor. That office is currently being used by the owners to conduct their business, but another owner might not need it to stay as an office. You could easily convert that into an efficiency apartment and create another revenue stream for the building. The restaurant doesn't stop inside. They have outdoor space too. They have seating out here. We're just right off the rail trail. So if you're coming off of the rail trail to come grab a drink, they actually have a spot where you can put your bike on the side out here. There's 2 lots to park in. There's a smaller one out front here, and then there's a much larger in the back area. Depending on which entrance you want to come in, you may decide that you want to park in a certain spot. I know there's some details about this place that you're probably dying to know. What's the revenue like? What's the profits like? These are things that unfortunately I can't share with the public, guys. This is a private business and we want to keep private things private. So if you are actually interested in buying this bar and you want to talk to me more about it, feel free to reach out to me. You can call me at 717-205-8724. You can shoot me an email, adam@realagentadam.com, and ask for more of the intimate details. There is going to be a couple things that I will ask of you in order to make that happen. Because to be honest, again, we're talking a high profile bar and restaurant here in the county, okay? You're going to have to sign an NDA. You're going to have to give me some information showing me that you're qualified to be able to make the purchase, because I'm not going to share this information with just anyone. But what I can tell you is the owners are ecstatic to get this into the next hands, to the next owner, to continue the legacy that was built in 1875 under the name of the National Hotel, continued on to the Valley Tavern. And for the last 20 years, Meg and Terry have been running this place phenomenally, and I can't wait for it to go to the next set of hands. That's going to do it for this, guys. Until next time, I'll catch you and hopefully bringing you another legendary spot.